Hey guys, welcome to the video. Just a little preface to it. So, I haven't posted a video in a while. Went on this trip. Had a wonderful time. Got to reconnect with family members I hadn't seen in quite a while. The trip home was very difficult. Ended up being 22-hour delay for a 2-hour flight, and then I caught COVID, and so was very sick for quite a while, and just kind of now, about 4 weeks later, getting back into the swing of it. So hope you enjoy the video and some of the beautiful sights here. Be careful if you fly. Things are weird out there. Thanks for tuning in to Professor Outdoors. Hello folks, and welcome to Professor Outdoors. I am in not Iowa. You might see some mountains behind me. I'm in Denver, Colorado this week for a family wedding, and my first stop here, or one of my first stops after leaving the airport, was a cheese importers. Oh, how fun is this? You guys know I have to go to a cheese importers, and I got a few provisions, and I'm going to be going up into the mountains to Estes Park. Primarily it's going to be family stuff this week, but I do have a plan to get in a little fishing, so hopefully we'll have some exploring and fishing to make a nice video. The rental company has given me this kind of badass Dodge Charger. It's sort of fast, so I'm driving that around the hills of Colorado. Haven't really gone up in the mountains yet. That's gonna come now. I will not be filming the drive up, but I'll probably stop a couple times along the way to get acclimated to the altitude, and we'll take a little film. It's quite hot here and pretty dry, although it did just rain a little bit. As we get up into the mountains, we hope it'll get cooler. Alright guys, thanks for coming along. Professor Outdoors goes out west. Well, I'm at a beautiful city park of Loveland, Colorado. That is quite a ways from the city. Honestly, it's in the Big Thompson River Canyon, and this is, ta-da, the Big Thompson River. It is beautiful. It runs down into the town, and then you go up through this amazing canyon where there is nowhere to pull off and take a picture. So I was glad to find this lovely park just by the side of the road. The road is behind me here. It's Highway 34, I believe, and it goes up this canyon. Shout out to my buddy Brian Farrell for suggesting I take this way up to Estes Park. This is a really cool little park. There's some history stuff. I see some things that look like turbines or water wheels, so I imagine that it may have been that at one point. The water is nice and clear. Not as cold as you'd like it to be this time of the year. I know they've been having problems with that like we have in Iowa, but I'm sure it's still full of trout. I didn't buy a fishing license yet, so I can't fish this legally. Don't want to see what Colorado jail looks like, so just gonna potter around a little bit and then acclimate. The altitude is climbing. I'm definitely in the mountains now, so since I get altitude sick sometimes, I'm gonna take it easy on my way up. Alright guys, well thanks for coming along. This is some unexpected and beautiful scenery, just like right out of the city. How cool is Colorado? Alright. No, I'm not in jail. This is the bar is on the window in my room here at the YMCA of Estes Park, where the wedding is going to occur. This is not a terrible room. It appears to have sleeping facilities for 6 and pooping facilities for about 1/2 of one person. So I'm glad it's just me in the room. The scenery is quite lovely. If you can see through the barred or screened window there, we're at about 8,000 feet. And yeah, this looks good. I saw the little pond for fly fishing and might have to try that out later tonight. Very nice. Hey folks, welcome back to Professor Outdoors. Well, Had a wonderful wedding last night. Got to spend a lot of family time with my family, my aunts, my cousins. And today, as I'm leaving the YMCA of the Rockies, I'm gonna try fishing this pond and little stream a little bit. Now I don't have a lot of time, so we're just gonna test it out. I don't know what's in here, if it's trout, if it's bluegills or whatever. It definitely looks like it gets hit pretty hard. But I'm in this spot by the lower dam, and it's a little deeper here, and I think there might be some potential, and then I might try walking down to that little pocket down there of the stream where I see a hummingbird and lots of insects. So who knows if we'll find anything here. It doesn't really matter. After this, we'll be going to Boulder Falls, and then I'll be stopping down in Boulder, maybe for a bookstore, and then heading back to the airport. So thanks for tuning in. Well, here's the answer to my question. There are trout in here, and big ones. Don't know if I'll be able to tempt them, but they're in here. These big Colorado trout are looking at the pink squirrel. I swim right up to it, but then they swim away. Part of the challenge I'm having here today are the folks over on the bridge. They think it's going to help their fishing to yell, "Here, fishy, fishy," every time they see a fish. They didn't really have a concept of personal space. I was set up over there, and they just kind of came and started fishing right next to me and shouting. So I'm over here on this fishing dock now. And yet I can hear their conversation as if I were right on the bridge. Got about 5 trout around my pink squirrel right now. They're all probably 14 to 16 inches. I think they've seen a lot of lures, so I'm not sure I'm going to get them to bite, but it's pretty exciting. Okay, I'm going to do what I don't want to do. I'm going to switch to a mop fly. And the reason is because I stand corrected these folks over on the bridge who were yelling, "Hey, fishy, fishy." They just caught a fish. So obviously I need to be a little more out there with my presentation. So it's going to be the mop fly in Colorado on the 10-car rod. I got to do it. Let's see what happens. Alright, well, mop fly got a lot of interest, but no bites. I then kind of went the other direction, tried the smallest fly I have, this teeny tiny little ant, and like, I don't know, size 20 or 28 or something. No interest in that. These fish are really smart. I mean, this gets fished a lot. We talk about our fish in Spring Branch in Iowa being, you know, PhD fish and seeing a lot of flies and stuff. Really nothing even close to what these fish in Colorado see. As I was coming up the big Thompson River Canyon, I mean, every spot where a fisherman could be, there was a fisherman. So we're kind of lucky in Iowa that we have some room to spread out. Obviously it's beautiful here too. So thanks for tuning in. Next stop will be Boulder Falls, and then it's on back home to Iowa. So hopefully we'll get some nice video of the falls and call it a trip. It's been a lot of fun out here in Colorado, but I am excited to get home too. Well folks, interesting postscript to the trip. My flight home was derailed by a fella who went about 500-600 pounds, and he locked himself in the shitter and started hollering and screaming, and it sounded like he was puking and shitting too, and locked himself in there and wouldn't come out. They tried to coax him out, and I heard, "Does anybody have a bucket?" Eventually the air marshals came, got him out. By then our flight crew had gone overtime. So they got us to another gate, another flight crew, mechanical problems. They went overtime, pilot went overtime, bada bing, bada boom. 6 hours of delays for a 2-hour flight, and then they pushed it to tomorrow morning. They said they'd get us hotel vouchers, but the line was hundreds of people long, so I decided to try to pull a dirty stealther in Denver airport. Looked up some spots. They were all full. I think other people looked them up too. But then a United person mentioned the secret cot lounge up here on the 3rd floor. I'm not going to show it because it wouldn't be fair to the other people who are here. They may not want to be on the channel. But I got one of the last cots, and I got an outlet for my CPAP, and this is good living. So we're going to pull a stealth here in the airport. No matter what, it's going to be better than getting stalked by Sasquatch. Alright guys, hopefully I'll be home tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to Professor Outdoors. An unexpected turn of events, but then doesn't it always? We'll see you next time.